Yes, yes. Let's get right to it. Light Years, collaboration album by Nas and DJ Premier, long awaited and anticipated album. Oh, I've been studying this album since it dropped, and I'm not gonna lie, I pick up different layers throughout this album with all tracks of just different jewels that lyrically and musically, um, such an Nas did a lot of rapping on this album. A lot of rapping, a lot of words. He was dropping so many jewels that one listen, one spin of this album, you're not going to pick up everything. I did hear one person said the album didn't have much layers or musically to it, but I beg to differ. Everybody's ear is different, and I don't try to be a musical snob or aficionado, but Light Years is an album that you have to really have a extra special ear sophistication musically and lyrically as far as hip hop, almost to purist level. An advanced ear musically, because what they did on this album should be studied for years to come. And that's just not hyperbole. That's real talk. That's just my honest opinion. Because, I mean, you look at the Sons, Young Kings, just what he was saying on that. A song that I think was needed. It was well timed. Nas really, his mic performance on this whole album, I think arguably, to me, he's lyricist of the year based on his features and based on this album. And it was hard for me because I had Malice right there. They're right there. Malice. Kendrick as well. And that's just what these veterans do. They make it difficult for the public. They really do it. And Nas kind of addressed this when he was saying that everybody doesn't have to compete, and try to attack each other lyrically. They can just make a song. And I've been feeling like that for a while. But when you have these greats and these elite lyricists, when they come outside and step into their arena, normally they deliver. And this was one where I think both DJ Premier, I thought DJ Premier production was outstanding. Outstanding. Now, if you want to say who's the MVP of the album, obviously I'm going to say Nas. But DJ Premier, he went left, he went right, he experimented, he pushed the envelope, and that's what you want. But it still came all together. It still had a formula to it, which was that hip hop, raw, unflinching lyricism. And this whole album gave me a vision because of the tracks and the titles. Well done. I mean, I give it 5 mics. I'm sorry. I'm not going to apologize for that. The lyrics was on point. The production, adventurous. I thought it was well layered, simplistic, boom bap, in a pure, raw essence form that I really appreciated. My head was nodding all through the album, all through the project. Controversial tracks. New York State of Mind 3. Look, when I first saw this title, I said, that's a heck of a title to follow up. That was my initial thoughts. I said, that's a heck of a title to follow up. You know what I mean? And you know what? I thought they did it. I thought they pulled it off. Unorthodox, but the aura of what the lyric from part one, part two, and this one, the aura of New York City was still gritty, grimy, illustrious, alluring, bright lights, big city. In this one, I felt like I was being chased on the FDR. I thought somebody was trying to get me out of here. You know what I mean? With them beat switches. You know what I mean? So shout out to DJ Premier. Outstanding album. Welcome to the Underground was another one. Very simplistic. I didn't know how I feel initially when I heard it. I was like, where are they going? I was like, what is this? I thought it was going to be a skit. You know, eventually break into something. But I knew where they were going. Once I heard a couple bars and they just stayed with it, and Nas rapping was superior. The breakers. I kept thinking about the breakdancers. You know, doing their thing, freestyling. Because it seemed like Nas was just freestyling. He was just out there. He was just, I know he had it formula, but it was still freestyling to me. That's what I got initially. And I was like, okay, you got the breakers, you got you know what I mean? And I was like, yeah, it grew on me. And now I see, at least that's my perspective of maybe where they were going. So there was a lot. Madman. Oh my goodness. Madman. Outrageous. Writers. Shout out to all the bombers, the writers, the people in the culture, the graffiti artists, just everybody involved with it, the magazines that came with it. Man, it beautiful. My third childhood, I thought that was vintage, but with a twist. Nas is putting you into right now, as his introspective, his thoughts right now. He took us into that area, that space of that rare space that we come to love when he's introspective and he's giving you a scenario, so to speak. I thought it was, hey, I loved it. I loved the song. I thought the intro track, My Life Was Real, was the perfect intro track for me. I know it's probably highly controversial on some platforms, but I thought it set the mood. I thought initially, but then, like I said, Madman took it to another level. New York State of Mind. I love that song. For some reason, I love that song. It was hard, man. That was the hardest song on the album. I'm not saying it's the best, but it was the hardest track on the album by far. You know what I mean? But I digress. But anyway, thank you for tuning in. Just giving you some thoughts. Pick up that, get those vinyls, man. And I heard the vinyls are sold out. So, Light Years, classic album, instant classic, 5 mic album, in my opinion. Peace.